Back up, back up, back up. I ain't perfect.
What's going on? What's going on? Ba-da-da-boom! I'm back, man. I'm back. Woo! Telling you, man. Got back, man, just in time. Oh, man. Just in time. I'm back. Woo! Had to grab my coat real quick, man. Had to open up my window, man. Had to get back here from the mall. Woo! It was great, man. Yeah, man, I just had to go over to the mall. I was actually looking for the library. Moved to a new location. And so I was just trying to find where the nearest library is around here. Ended up at the mall. It was actually pretty good, man. Got to meet a few people. Got to go ahead and find out what their goals, what their dreams were. And, man, yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Man, just being able to get out there, be able to talk to everyone. Was able to go ahead and talk to a lot of people, man. You know, met some people who are actually only here in Vancouver because they're going to college and, you know, wanted to find out, you know, what are you studying? You know, and it's been awesome over the last few days just talking to, you know, different people, man, finding out, pick their brain, finding out what it is they're looking to do. Man, everyone's just, you know, super familiar with what's going on. I got to change hats, man. You know, this green hat is kind of getting to me. It was great when I was out and about. I guess I'm going to show you guys my grays. HD is kind of getting old. Look at this, man. Got the gray coming in. I love it, man. I walk around and I have my baseball cap on and I was talking and everyone was like shocked. They're like, what? You're 50 years old? It's like, you know, gotta love a baseball cap that can hide your age. You know what I mean? So anyways, man. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Now I'm ready to go, man. Ready to go. There's the HD Rhodes we know and love. So anyways, man, I had an awesome time, man, walking around the mall, just being able to talk to everyone, just to be able to go ahead and see what it is they're doing. You know, what are their goals? What are their dreams? What are their gifts? Man, I got a chance to talk to one of my good friends today, man. So awesome, man. We're just talking about football and talking about kids and family and just had a really great time, man. And I'm super excited about it because he knows what I'm talking about, man. I'm not going to give him a shout out yet because you know what? We're actually talking about some really cool things that he's working on. And you know, he's looking at doing some big things on social media platform. And you know what? He's a football entrepreneur, just connoisseur, man. I mean, his brain, his mind for football was just so powerful that he literally, you know, was talking to me about my favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys, who, oh my goodness, they've been breaking my heart. Going on, what, 30, it's been what, 32 years, man? 32 years of me just crying in my Cheerios at the end of the beginning. What is it, the first round of every year of playoffs? And man, I was talking with my buddy and he was just breaking down, you know, what's been going on the last couple of years with my Dallas Cowboys. And you know what? You know, I was just like, man, I can't wait till he goes ahead and just launches his podcast because I'm like, man, he's going to blow up, man. His mind is just on another level, not just on football, but just understanding the business side of football and what's going on. Outside of that, I got to talk with another gentleman today. I was in the mall. And he's talking to me about accounting. And I was like, okay, well, what phase of accounting are you looking at? And, you know, he's telling me he's looking at going into corporate accounting. And I asked, why is he looking at corporate accounting? And he started to tell me. And then he wanted to know more about what I do. And, you know, I'm walking around incognito. I had my, you know, wrapped his head on backwards, as you seen in the picture. That was advertising for today's call. Had my sweats on, white shirt underneath, hat on backwards. And, you know, I'm just, nobody knows who I am. You know, I just get to walk around and see what people are doing. And I was just shocked to see the mall was so empty, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I shot that video. I'm like, I remember back when I was in college, man. Man, we'd go to the mall and it was like, you know, they have, you know, dude, it's right now it's 3:30 Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast, man. Mall rats would be crowded at lunchtime at 12 o'clock and then again at 2 o'clock because all the mall rats got out of high school and it would be packed. You know, all the college guys would be there and they'd be all sitting up there and, you know, all the successful entrepreneurs, You know, they'd have their girlfriends and wives there, and we'd be just sitting up there people watching like, man, oh, look over there. Oh, man. Oh, look over there. We just sit there and people watching. We're in college, man. You know, what does 18, 19, and 20-year-olds do in a brand new city? You know, me and my friends, who came from? There's friends from L.A., Oakland, California. We had some from the Ville up in Florida. What's up, Bank? Man, Kevin Bank, man, I love that guy, man. He's from Florida, man. Keith Higgins was from California. My boy I talked about yesterday, Jeff Scruffy Harris. That was my man. He was from Philadelphia. And then there was me, man. And I just had some really great friends, you know, from all over the United States that I met in college. And it was just awesome, man. You know, we'd hang out at the mall, you know, when we had free time, when we weren't shooting hoops, you know, which was everywhere. We were going around just whack, 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 whack. He was running the court. We were running the courts, man. We were running the courts at Crossroads, Liberty Park. Speaking of Liberty Park's own D Woods. What's up, Deron? What's going on, baby? You know, Deron was on our squad. I mean, I just think about all the guys I played basketball with. Chuck Melvin from Colorado, big 6'11". Him and Roger, big Raj. What's going on, man? I think about, man, some of the college days, man. I played with some of the best basketball players. Will Washington, straight from Seattle. Man, I played with some great basketball players, man, when I was in college, man. I just think back to those days, and you know what? If you guys are watching this video, man, reach out to me. I want to know what you guys are doing these days, because you know what? HD, as you see what I'm doing, I got this nice little platform here, social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You know, I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. And my whole point of being on this platform is I just want to be able to teach my friends, my family, my colleagues, my neighbors, my roommates, everybody who's got a dream and a vision. And you know what? They're sick and tired of working their 9 to 5, or maybe you love your 9 to 5. And you know what? You just want to have a way in which you can make 6 figures outside of your 9 to 5 while you're asleep. Yeah, I had to pause for all those who I want to make sure they caught that. Maybe you're just tuning in because you want to learn how you can make 6 figures with your own gift while you sleep. And that's what it's all about, man. I'm introducing you to the #1 platform in the world. 2025 literally needs to be the year that changed your life. Just like there's a picture on the back of this wall I'm staying at, there should be a picture of you, okay, in which all your grandkids are saying, I remember back in 2025, my great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother, you know what? They invested on this online platform. They went viral on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube because of this entrepreneur educational community that was called VYB, VYB. And what does that stand for? Visualize your breakthrough. That's what I want you to do today, man. I want you to think, if you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you be doing different? On a beautiful day like this in May, you know, would you be sitting in a cubicle right now? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you're like HD was doing back up until March. I was sitting up here driving a 5-ton truck, getting out that truck, going to the back, going, ee, getting raised up on that platform, go back there, sitting there moving all these, you know, food products, you know, put them on a dolly and delivering chocolate and frozen food and cheese and meat and everything to the grocery stores, the bakeries, the restaurants and hotels in the Vancouver area. And you know what? I was content with that job, man. The reason why is because, you know what? Hey, it paid the bills, right? I was 50 years old, was paying the bills, allowed me to come home at a decent hour. So on Wednesdays, I could go ahead and go pick up my kids, you know, after school and spend time with them after work. It's a good job for me, you know? And a lot of people be like, what? That's all you do is driving a truck? Yeah, that's all I was doing was driving a truck, man. And you know what? I was coasting. But when God blessed me to get a call from my best friend, Jerome Majette, shout out to Romy Rome. Romy Rome, man. I'm telling you, this man changed my life, man. He's telling me, he goes, HD Rhodes, have you finished that book? And I said, Rome, you know I wrote that book 12 years ago, and I actually sent it to an editor, not once but twice. And you know what? I paid about $600 both times. That's $1,200 US. Good Lord, it's almost $2,000 Canadian. And you know what? Came back, and then my editor wanted just a third time to do ahead and edit. And I was like, man, I'm taking a lot of money out of the family budget, and I know my wife's not gonna be happy to find out that I keep sending almost $1,000 Canadian out of our household budget to get this book edited. And so I say, you know what, let me go ahead and network with some of my friends who've written books and see if there's a way in which they could go ahead and point me a direction in which they can help me go on and just put the final polishing on this so I can get it out there. And that's what Jerome's helping me do right now. So, you know, by the end of this summer, you guys are going to be seeing the final product of this book. I'm going to be loading it up on all platforms. I'm going to be having, obviously, I'm going to have marketing videos, whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and apply the marketing that Jerome's going to be teaching on this beautiful platform called Attraction Marketing. Jerome is teaching this class called Attraction Marketing, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. He's going to teach you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an educator, okay, if you're a content creator, how you can go ahead and drive visibility to your product, your business, your service, whatever your gift is, how you can be able to drive visibility to it so that your customers are looking for you versus you looking for them. Because you know what, if you just put your stuff online, all you're doing is putting your name in a phone book, man. Imagine you just had a phone book right now, man, and it had like 7 million names in it. How are they going to know where to look for you if they don't even know what your name is, man? How are they going to know how to look for your business? How are they going to know to look for your product if your name's not out there? They don't even know about it. See, that's where visibility comes in. See, accessibility, access, means that you're online. People have access to you. But unless they know to Google your name, unless they know to ChatGPT your name, unless they know about you, how they know how to find you, man? And so that's why you need to be able to develop a way of marketing yourself, your business, your social media, content, so that people know you're there. That's how you're going to get the subscribers. That's how you're going to be able to get eyeballs. And come on, man, if you're a content creator, that's how you're going to make the dough. And that's why I'm here. HD Rhodes, I want to teach you how to be able to make that money online, baby. You say, HD, how are you going to do that? Because what I've done is I've literally joined up with 70,000 other entrepreneurs in 160 countries. And what I like to do personally, I can't tell you what all the other entrepreneurs like to do. They all have their own businesses. But what I like to do with my platform right here is there's two things I like to do. Number one, I like to explain to people why they need to be in business for themselves. I'm going to break down the trends today. I'm going to break down the difference in the 4 financial drains that's draining your income. And then I'm going to also break down the difference in asset and liability, because I truly believe if you have the knowledge and wisdom, then it's going to allow you to make a quality decision, which is going to change your life and allow you to do the same thing Jeff Bezos did, to go ahead and put a stake in the ground and get in front of a trend at the right time so you can write it off onto profitability. And everyone who is in your genealogy, from your kids to your great-grandkids to your great-great-great-grandkids, they're going to know your name because you went ahead and made a decision, like Bill Gates, like the Rockefellers, okay, like the Vanderbilts, like Carnegies, like the Mellons, and like the DuPonts, okay? And you know what? There's going to be great wealth that's going to come through your family because the decisions you have an opportunity to make right now, right here, right now. So let me go ahead and move forward because I know you're going HD, man. Bro, this is kind of deep. Let me tell you how deep it is, okay? I'm going to tell you something. And you might be like, HD, don't tease me like this. Hey, I'm about to tease you like this. At the end of this, I'm about to show you how you have an opportunity to make upwards between $442,000 a month and $972,000 a month on one of the income streams. Okay, this company has 5 different income streams we're going to talk about. So let's just get started. You like, HD, show me the money. And let's get started. So let's talk about the trends. Most people are going ahead and trading their time for money. You know what? Why? A lot of people have been doing that since the turn of the century. Ever since the 20th century, when we went from the agricultural age through industrial revolution, back then they were creating different technologies, the advent of the railroad, the advent of the manufacturing plants, the advent of different machineries, the steam engine, in which they were able to start moving products from the East Coast to the West Coast, the West Coast to the East Coast. And as technology changed, Ford went ahead and he was one of many who created a car. Okay. And what happened is they went from cars, they went to trucks, they went from trucks, they went to semi-trucks. They started also being able to have logistics company like DHL, okay, Federal Express, and UPS started being able to ship products as well through their semi trucks going from the West Coast to the East Coast through the Highway 66. Now, as they started to streamline the distribution process, what happens is they started cutting out the middlemen, and a lot of large corporations started building warehouses throughout the United States so they didn't have to sit up there. What if there was a storm and you had to have, say, like 1 million computers shipped this week? From they're all being built on the East Coast, you need to ship them to the West Coast, and there's a gigantic storm or hurricane. Come on now, all y'all who are down south, you know those storms ain't no joke. I remember the last storm that came a couple months ago that was going through the south. It came through Mexico, and it was threatening Florida. And I remember, my friends were like, HD, have you contacted your family down in Alabama? And I'm looking at it, and I go check the little app, and I'm like, what's the weather look like in Alabama? Oh, they'll be fine. A couple days later, I said, see the weather look like. Called my mom, called my dad, talked to my dad. My dad's like, yeah, last night's storm came through. We talked for a little bit, man. Next thing you know, within the next 48 hours, that storm traveled through 13 states. Now imagine if you were supposed to be moving 1 million computers because you had a big order to ship out to Silicon Valley, and you had your warehouse all the way in New Jersey or New York. See, what happened is companies learned that they needed to start putting their warehouses, more central to, you have some in the West Coast, some in the Midwest, some in the Deep South, some in the East Coast, some in the Northeast, okay? And what happens in doing so, now what happens is these logistics companies, like the DHL's Federal Express, right? UPS, they now started to make more and more money because they were really ones who were taking on the brunt of moving, product to market from the manufacturers, okay, to the end route, say your computer stores, your retail stores, etc. So what happens is, you had these direct sales companies started popping up, man. After this shift in the economy that we like to call the streamlined distribution system, and you know what they said? They said, hey, they said to manufacturers, instead of you guys spending billions of dollars in advertising, you're already shipping these products from these regional locations. What if we were able to go ahead and develop a sales force? And instead of you paying these billions of dollars for advertising out the Super Bowl, the NBA championships, Wimbledon, when they're watching Venus and Serena just killing the game, or the PGA Tour with Tiger Woods, what if, you guys just paid us half of that budget? And we'll build up a sales force to go ahead and sell your software, your computers, your tennis shoes, your hats, your clothes, okay, your perfume, your underarm deodorant, your shampoo. And a lot of these big corporations said great. And then we seen the explosion in the direct sales industry, and to the point where there's thousands of direct sales companies selling everything from, anything you get in the grocery store to anything that's high tech today. Okay. Now what happened is, in the process, a lot of people who took advantage of that opportunity, because there was a lot of layoffs going on as technology continued to move forward, major companies started downsizing. You've seen there was a huge shift where major corporations used to have hundreds of people answer the phone. Hello, Ma Bell, right? But then now with the technology getting better and better, they went from 100 women who used to be on the floor answering the phone to maybe 5, because they have this advanced computer system where they can put people on hold and do all that fancy stuff. Well, guess what? As technology continued to ramp up, companies were able to get leaner and meaner. A lot of middle management people, in the 80s and the 90s started getting laid off, and they started going the direction of network marketing, direct sales, because they understood there was an opportunity for them to be able to get in the middle of a huge trend. And in the process, they started being able to create millions of dollars, far more money than they were making in corporate America in a period of 2 to 5 years. Now, as those trends continued to move forward, as we got close to the year 2000, we started to hear this thing called the dot-com boom. And there was a lot of companies, who were connected to these technology companies in Silicon Valley, and everything was tech this and tech that, and millionaires were being created just out of junior college. I remember when I was in college, I had friends who would go get an MCSE degree. I'm sitting there going like, man, okay, I'm playing ball, man. 4 years of playing ball, man. I'm going to get my workout on. And I had friends who were playing college football. Corey Dillon, shout out to Corey Dillon from UW. I remember we used to kick it, me, him, and Poppy. We used to kick it, man, back in college, man. We used to go hoop at Green Lake and hang out and whatnot. A lot of us were focused on playing pro basketball because that's where, for a lot of us, that's where we thought the money was going to be for us. That was our skill set. But there's a lot of people who actually went to junior college. I remember when I was at Bellevue, and they would go get an MCSE degree. They'd spend maybe 1 month or 2 months studying. Next thing you know, bam, just like that, they're getting hired at Microsoft making $80,000 to $100,000. What's my point of this? Things change over time. And when you're ready, when opportunity meets preparedness, success is always inevitable. And you know what? Nothing changes. So when you look at what happened with Jeff Bezos, he was working in financials at the time, and he goes, you know what? There's something big about to happen with this whole dot-com era. And he was betting on him. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, are you ready to bet on your gifts, your skill set? Okay? Because that's what Jeff Bezos did. Now you think about what he did seem impossible, because you have Barnes and Nobles on every corner already connected to Starbucks. They had a joint venture. Up in Canada, with all the Starbucks, they're already connected with Chapters Indigo. How is Jeff Bezos going to go ahead and become the #1 bookseller when his competition is already on every corner connected to Starbucks? I mean, every morning, if you go and buy Starbucks, man, you see everyone got their coffee. They paying $10. I would like a grande matcha chio with whipped cream on top. Are you kidding me? How is he going to compete with that? But what he understood was the power of technology, and technology leverages and levels. With technology gives you leverage, and it levels the playing field for any entrepreneur who understands timing. And so that's what he did. Now, we look at 10 years later, what happened? We went from the dot-com boom to the social media boom, and Jeff Bezos now at Amazon.com got Amazon Prime. Man, heck, I was watching, college basketball on Amazon online from my computer. I don't even pay for cable anymore. Who would have thought, we weren't going to have Kodak cameras, Polaroid pictures. Who would have thought we would have stopped paying for cable because we could stream everything online for free? What? Are you kidding me? And who would have thought that Amazon.com would be the biggest toy sellers and be putting out Toys R Us out of business? This is what I'm talking about. When you get in front of the big trends, before you have a chance to not only change your bank account, you have an opportunity to change your financial legacy for your family for generations to come. And you know what? There's people who are content creators right now on Facebook, on Amazon, okay, on Instagram, on TikTok, making millions of dollars. And you know what they do? They just hit and record, boom, on their telephone, and they start sharing their gifts. And that's why I want to share with you an opportunity to turn your goals, turn your dreams, turn your visions into whatever you want. Millions, billions. Join the double comma club. Come on. Why settle for 100,000 when you can make $1 million? It's your gift. You only live once. You might as well go all in. And this is a platform for you to be able to do that. Now you say, HD, why is that? Because see, right now, AI is taking over everything. If I continue trying to be a commercial truck driver, I already know, man, I wouldn't have a job in the next 2 to 3 years. You go, HD, how you know this? Because on YouTube, you already see that they got self-driving trucks over in Europe. Now, if they already have self-driving trucks in Europe, and in China, you see they got robots that walk better than this 50-year-old man right now. And you know what? These robots are a lot stronger than me. Now, come on. When I was in high school, I could bench press 250. I could squat 450, but I'm 50 now, not 15. And then when you got a robot, I don't know if any of y'all watch Iron Man. Come on, baby. These robots can do something else. And if you don't think they're going to take over your job, then I hate to tell you, man, you're not planning for success. You're planning for failure, man. Why? Because the only way to be able to fail in life is to continually pass over opportunity repeatedly. Again, to be POOR, pass over opportunity repeatedly. AI is taking over with or without you. And so what I strongly suggest is you take a look at a program that's going to allow you to be able to leverage technology like AI so that you can monetize your gifts. Okay. So what I challenge you today is to stop trading your time for money. Because why? Because there's 4 income drains in which you're going to be fighting, which most people don't understand. You go, HD, oh, you're so smart. How do you know this? I was blessed to be taught what I'm about to share with you 30 years ago. Okay. I was mentored by 2 multi-millionaires. One was in the mortgage industry, one was in real estate. And you know what they said, HD, if you want to work with us, there's 3 qualifications. The first one is you had to have big dreams, big goals. Well, you know what? I was 5'11", and I weighed all of 180 pounds, and my vision was to play in the NBA. I don't think you got a bigger vision than that. Man, back then, Penny Hardaway was like 6'9", 6'10", played the same position as me. Man, this dude was almost a foot taller than me. I don't think you get a bigger goal and vision than that. How am I going to guard this big dude? Are you kidding me? They knew I had big goals and vision. But number two, they said you have to have work ethic, okay? You got to have a work ethic, man, that was incredible. You know what? My little body was blessed to be able to play Nike All-Stars in high school. I was blessed to be able to play in Adidas, the All-Star camp for JUCO when I was in college, junior college. You know what? God blessed me to have a good work ethic. And because that, they were willing to be able to teach me the things I'm going to show you today. The number three is they said you got to be coachable and teachable. Now, if you've been an athlete on any high level, if you've been in the military, if you're a corporate officer with any particular major corporation, then you already understand what I'm saying. There's no way you're going to be making six figures. There's no way you're going to be successful in life unless you learn to be coachable and teachable. So if you're on this, we're going to assume you already have those three qualifications, and we're going to go ahead directly into understanding what the four income drains that you're battling. Number one is taxes. If you're not a business owner, if you have a job, J-O-B, just over broke, then that means your boss is just paying you just enough to go back to work. And you're giving them just enough effort so they don't fire you. That don't sound like a good deal. You know, that doesn't sound like diligence to me. Okay. But what I want you to understand is, you know, the reason why a lot of people are not motivated, you know, to be able to give their best is because, you know what, they're working in a system that's not built for you to succeed. Okay. Number one, why? It's because you get taxed 3 times when you have a job. You get taxed when you get your paycheck. You pay taxes when you go buy anything with your check. And then every year around April, you got to pay taxes. But did you know if you had your own business, a home-based business, you'd be able to write off a portion of your square foot of where you're living? You'll be able to write off 50 cents for every dollar of gas that you're spending, for every mile you're driving in the U.S., 55 cents for every kilometer in Canada. Did you know you'll be able to write off your sweats, your hats, because this is the clothes that this is what you do business in, which is why I wear this. You know, people be like, AC, you're wearing sweats all the time. Okay, well, you know, that does say polo on it. So, you know, don't get too caught up in the way I look. You might want to go check out how much these sweats cost. Anyways, I'm just messing with you, man. It's Friday. HD's having fun. But, you know, in all seriousness, you know what? There's tax write-offs you have available to you when you own a business. The second income drain you're going to deal with is, you know what? Interest, as in interest rates. When you have a high loan, say it's a house loan or a car loan, or God forbid, you know what? You just got done graduating from Stanford, Harvard, Yale, McGill, or UBC. Congratulations to the 2025 graduates. Hey, you guys did it, man. Whether it was 4 years or 6 years for you to go ahead and get your degree, hey, congratulations, man. Not a lot of people have the discipline to be able to do that. But now that you're going into the job world, there's some things in which you need to understand. And what happens is, if you have that school loan, then you're not going to be paying back just the balance. You're going to have to pay what they call the interest on top of that. In which, you know, on average, it's going to take a long time for you to be able to do that no matter how much money you make. You know, so what a lot of people do is they get a house, you know, they get some equity just to be able to go ahead and pay it off. But now they're trying to pay their house off, you know, for an additional 30 to 40 years. Okay. So why is that, you know, a good idea? Because that's money. The money you're spending on interest is money you actually could have been spending towards a business or towards an investment. The business or an investment is what Robert Kiyosaki calls an asset. Assets are things that put money in your bank account. Okay. Liabilities are things that take money out of your bank account. Okay. And it's important, if you want to not be poor, you want to be able to create wealth, you need to understand the difference between the two. Great book to teach you about that is by Robert Kiyosaki. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was the first book that I discovered in the backseat of a Porsche 911 when I was going around being mentored by, you know, my mentor, Joe McGee, who was a multimillionaire. He had 27 branches of Q Point Mortgage and was the vice president of Cascade Bank. Okay, so the information I'm sharing with you is not anything that I Google, put on Chat GPT. It was stuff that I learned from men who were very successful, and I was blessed to be mentored by them. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the third income drain. And what that is insurance. Because, see, insurance is one of those things that the government has made mandated. You have to have insurance for your house, for your car. You got to have, you know what, health insurance. People go, don't you live in Canada right now? You know what, HD's in Canada right now, and you know what, medical's not free. I busted my knee 2020, 2022, and again last year in 2024, and guess what? Still had to pay deductibles on my medicine. Still had to pay deductible on some of my doctor visits. Why? Because when you see a specialist, it's not free, man. If what's free is just going to a regular doctor, regular cold, okay? Everything's not free up here in Canada. Don't get it twisted now. The fourth income drain is the biggie one. Why? It's because now if you graduated from college in 2025, like I said, this year, say you got a great job, you're going to corporate America, corporate Canada, hallelujah. But here's the problem. We already talked about taxes, right? Ooh, I know what I forgot to explain to you. Did you realize when you get paid how much taxes you're really going to pay? Okay? at that job, okay, let me educate all the college students. I did this yesterday. You know, it's kind of cool. When you go to work, you get your first check, okay? When you come out of college at that corporate job, they might pay you $100,000, but guess what? You see what just happened? You're going to get only about 50% of that. But here's the problem. You're going to budget that 50%, but then when it's time at the end of the year, you spent that $50,000. You know what's going to happen in April? You're going to have a little bit of money left. And you know what they're going to say? Oh, it's tax time. You need to pay taxes on that $100,000. Now, I don't know about you, but if you only got 50, why are you going to pay taxes on 100? Anyways, man, problem is now you're going to have to try to figure out how to pay your taxes on the little bit of money you have left. And that's why a lot of people get into credit card debt. There's your interest, okay? So then we talked about insurance. The last one we're going to talk about is inflation. Inflation doubles the price, okay, of your household commodities and all commodities. It's the cost of living which is doubling every 10 years. So say if you're making $100,000 a year right now, that means next year, sorry about that. That means in 10 years you got to make what? 200,000, right? So what does it mean you got to make in 2045? 400,000. Okay. And what happens? How much you got to make in 2055? In 30 years, $800,000. Now you go, man, you know, I got these big plans. You know, I'll be able to go ahead and do that. Now let me explain something to you. That's the main reason why your mom and dad right now are downsizing their house. Most people my age who had their house ever since college, they got married, they had 3 kids, white picket fence, somewhere between the age of 45 and 50. Even if they're still together, they start looking at downsizing their house. And the number one reason is inflation. Because if their income doesn't double every 10 years, they're not able to keep up with the cost of living. It doesn't matter what the number says, okay? $100,000 today, in 30 years, you're going to need $800,000 to live at the same exact, okay, cost of living. That means if you take the cost of a car today, that's $100,000. That means in 30 years, it's going to be $800,000. You don't believe me? Then go ask your grandfather how much his car cost brand new. And you'll be shocked to find out your grandparents bought a car. Their first car cost $500, $1,000. Man, when I listen to these old people talk about how much their first car is, and then I go and look at a regular car is only $100,000, I'm like, yo, if you don't understand inflation, it's going to hurt your feelings now. And so the great thing about owning a business is two-pronged. Number one, when you get paid, remember how we got that check? We got that check. Guess what? You know how much the government takes of that $100,000? They don't. When you get paid and you own your own business, you get to keep the whole check. And you know what? You get to spend it throughout the year. You spend it throughout that year. And say you spend, you know what? $60,000 of that big check. And now you only got $40,000 left. You go, oh, well, HD, now I got to go ahead with the $40,000 I got left and pay taxes on the $100,000, right? Nah, man. That was for job people. There's 2 different tax systems in North America, whether you're in Canada or US. If you have $40,000 left at the end of the year, that means you spent $60,000. If you have a really good tax accountant for businesses, then you know what? That tax accountant for business owners is going to teach you how to be able to write off your hat, write off your car, write off the gas. I already told you, 50 cents for every mile in the U.S., 55 cents for every kilometer in Canada. You're going to be able to write off your food every time you went to lunch, you went to Starbucks, every time you met with business partners or potential business partners, people you're looking to collaborate or you had to discuss business with. Now you're able to write off that, including trips, airfare, including if you went all the way to Hawaii, Peru, Mexico, hello, Asia, Africa, Paris. Are we on the same page? There's ways you can even write off your vacations if you talk business a certain amount of time and you have it logged in your thing. Talk to a business tax accountant. They'll teach you those things. So this is why it's important to have your own business, because you know what? It's an asset. And now you have your money working for you instead of you always trading your time for dollars to work for it. Okay? That's what this platform allows you to do. Now you go, HD, that's really good. You talked about the taxes. I know to understand, what an asset and liability, but what's that got to do with the platform? Thank you. I'm glad you asked. What it has to do with this platform, it's the #1 platform in 2025. Why? Because their product is you. This platform literally is looking for educators, content creators, and business owners. Bottom line. You go, well, how is that me? Well, do you have a skill set? My father coached basketball for 20 years. He used to go around, the United States of America. He used to even travel overseas, teaching basketball. He ran basketball camps. But now as my father's in his 70s, you know what? He's not traveling as much. He's traveling like once a year to Africa, you know, working in orphanages and working for the church. But you know, the cool thing is he went ahead and my nephews took out a cell phone and just hit record. And he started giving the same teachings he used to do at basketball camps. He could actually even be training my nieces who actually play basketball right now. And he could record that, take that content, upload it on this platform, and now he's not just a content creator, he could be running a business. We have 70,000 entrepreneurs in the pre-launch who already said yes. Today, they just got done paying out $100,000 to entrepreneurs who clicked yes. They decided, man, yeah, this looks like a good idea. And there's only 12,000 who said, okay, man, we want to actually do something with it. So they paid out $100,000 today, and they're not even officially launching the website till Monday? Are you kidding me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Hello? I feel like, what was that movie? McFly, Back to the Future. You know what? Here's what I'm trying to explain to you. You are a content creator. Whatever gifts, whatever talents, you know, that God put in you, whatever you've been studying, whatever work you've honed and you became the best at, why don't you use that talent? Click record on your phone. And now once you have that content, bring it to this platform. We're creating a catalog just like Netflix where people will be able to swipe. They'll be like, okay, I need someone to teach me how to paint. I need someone to show me how to be able to go ahead and remodel my house. Oh, no, you know what? My kids need to learn ball handling for basketball. Oh, my daughter plays soccer. Oh, you know what? My kid plays a trombone. I need to see music classes, instruments, guitar, drums, trombone. Click. If that's you, you could get paid. If you had 1,000 eyeballs who clicked yes on your value-added course, okay, this month, and you charge, say, $25, do you understand you just made $25? $25 times 1,000. That's $25,000 in your sleep. Because guess what? They're not in your live class. They're literally watching the course that you created this month in your sleep. Because you got to go to work still. But I guarantee at the end of the month, when you see that deposit, cling, 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 $25, you're going to be like, boss, I'm calling in well. You mean calling well? You mean calling sick? No, well. Well, what's calling in well? Well, you ain't never going to see me again. Click. Come on, man. If you made $25,000 this month, you're telling me you're going to go back to work? I told you, didn't I tell you as a business owner, you get to keep the whole check? You don't got to pay taxes on anything. So that means next month, if you really had value-added content where you're really teaching people stuff, you know, there's 160 countries. Maybe you're teaching people basketball who live in Africa. Maybe you're teaching people basketball who live in Vietnam. And they've never been able to have someone come and teach them the things you learned in the U.S. Jeff Harris, brother, you've been hooping ever since we were in college, man. You've been training these kids since we were in college. If you took a value-added course and added to this platform, you could get paid while you sleep, while kids are in Vietnam, Taiwan, and in Africa are learning your training. And if you had, say, 2,000 of them click like, and they watched, and they signed up for your course, 2,000 times $25 is what? That's right, Jeff. You'll make $50,000 this month. If everyone just refer one person the next month, you go from 50,000 to 100,000. That's all I'm trying to explain to y'all. I'm just trying to help my friends and my family get paid because y'all got the skill sets. My buddy James down in Dallas, man, he plays a mean bass guitar. So mean, he be doing concerts and shows with famous jazz musicians. He loves music so much, he be playing at church every Sunday. When I introduced him to this platform, you know, he was telling me, we've been on the phone a lot, man, over the last couple of weeks. He said, HD, man, I was looking at another platform that's kind of like this, and they're charging $10,000. I was like, wow. He goes, and the guy, he's not even teaching, you know, people all the basics. And he's making like over $3 million a year. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you are a perfectionist, if you are number one at what you're doing, this is an opportunity for you to get paid. Imagine if you have 5,000 people because you are a bad man. Like my buddy Rob down in Washington. He studied karate in Taiwan for 18 years. Imagine Rob this month. He has 5,000 people because they go, hey, Rob is a black ninja. He a bad one. You know what I mean? Like they say, Chef, he a bad mofo. 5,000 people sign up for his karate course. 5,000 people times $20. That's $100,000 this month. He gets busy and people are sitting up here breaking boards and all this stuff that he teaches them. Rob, forgive me, man. I don't know karate. So I don't know if the first month you'd be breaking boards. But, you know, hey, man, I watched too much cartoons, man. Me and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we had a love of pizza and karate when I was a kid, man. But I couldn't do their push-ups, so I only lasted one day in karate class. Kudos to you, Rob. But if Rob had one person in his class, okay, that was added, times those 5,000 people, everyone referred one. So now he has 10,000 the second month, 10,000 people paying $20. Rob, his second month will make $200,000 next month. Come on. Man, what happens if they do it again? Third month? What? Third month? Now you got 20,000 people paying $20 to Rob to learn karate from the Taiwan master? Come on. We ain't talking about Bruce Leroy. We're talking about Rob. Man. Yes, you understand what I'm saying? We're talking about big money. Now he's making $400,000 a month, and all he's doing is hitting record while he's teaching the regular classes he's already teaching every day. Man, that's what this opportunity is. So I think you get the example. I think you get the point. So let me go ahead and just break this down. You know, how this company gets started? They have 3 owners, okay? 2 of them are twin sisters, man. And they started this because originally 10 years ago, Megan Lynch was an English teacher, and she just wanted to be able to teach entrepreneurship because she got tired of students, you know, coming to school depressed and sad because, you know what, some of them were from the inner city. They had friends who were shot, relatives who were dying. So she said she wanted to start an after-school program teaching entrepreneurship. She did. It started to grow. They decided to go ahead and write a grant, her and her twin sister, Reagan. They got the grant, and then when the school got it, they spent it on band instruments, football equipment, etc. Long story short, she wasn't happy. She talked to them. They said, get out of here. Okay. Now, Megan's smart because she a go-getter. She ain't a quitter. That's why she called a legend, man. She a millionaire maker, man. These days, she made tens of millions of dollars in network marketing, direct sales, and a lot of other people's companies. But now she started her own company with her sister. Her sister is a queen of networking. She's networked with banks. She's networked with technology. And that's how they got this, the third owner of this company. Now, he's a professional in the tech market, and he's the one who built this platform. He's a multimillionaire, almost a billionaire at this point. The 3 of them together is like Wonder Twin Powers coming together, and there ain't no deactivate. You understand what I'm saying? They're coming together in unity, and they're building the largest platform I've ever seen in my life, so that you can go ahead and be able to monetize your gifts. You can be able to learn how to go viral. You can take classes from my buddy Jerome and understand how to be able to do attraction marketing so that you ain't got to be on the phone calling all your friends and they're ignoring you because, oh, here comes HD. He wants to call me about network marketing. I don't want to get in one of those pyramids. I'm not going to have that conversation today now. I showed you what a real pyramid was yesterday. I want to focus on the money because I'm excited about you. I'm excited about all the awesome opportunities you guys have. Okay. So what happens is when these 3 awesome owners came together, they created a platform that's in 160 countries, and they're launching it this week. Okay. And you have an opportunity to be able to be blessed with that technology because they got AI, they got banks, they literally have a financial literacy university attached. You can learn crypto, you can learn Forex, DeFi, you can learn sports betting. Man, yeah, I said sports betting because they teach that in universities too. You can learn anything about money. You go, HD, all I want to do is just get my business out there and get eyeballs. Great. Get in Jerome Majet's class. But HD, you know, do you have anything for helping us be able to brand ourselves? Yes, it's called VYB branding. And you know what? They're going to help you successfully brand your company, whatever it is. Maybe, you know what? You just want to write nutrition plans. Guess what? Imagine teaching people nutrition and writing nutrition plans to the tune of, hey, maybe you want to charge $50 a course. But guess what? That $50 a course is going to mean a lot of money in your bank if you have 1,000 people sign up for your course this month. And if they all invite one, man, ain't that $100,000? Oh, my goodness, man. HD, man, well, you know what my gift is, right? I can count, man. I'm a numbers guy, right? But when I look at the numbers and all the talent out there, I'm like, man, I'm thanking God. I'm like, how many billionaires am I going to know? Because God blessed me to know some beautiful, sharp, smart people. And all I could do is just tell them, hey, here's a company that's going to help you make money with your gift. Hey, company, this is my best friend, my auntie, my uncle, you know, this is my colleague, this is my coworker, my old roommate. We went to college together, high school together. Hey, you guys do business together and both of you guys make money. And I get to go, hey, don't forget about HD. I told you about it. Don't worry about me. So what happens is, let's go to compensation plan. There's 5 ways you get paid with this company. Number 1, I already told you. You guys go ahead, and if you're an entrepreneur, you're an educator, if you're a content creator, you get hooked up. You get on VYB Global. That's where you're going to be able to teach your value-added courses, charge the money you want. VYB's going to give you the eyeballs. They're going to give you their network of people, and everyone's going to be able to sign up. You know, and they're going to drive, you know, eyeballs to you. Everyone can sign up for your course, and you get paid, and you make money. You can live happily ever after. Now, if you're like HD, you got a big mouth, you've been in sales before, and you go, hey, you know what? I want to learn how I can be able to get paid, you know, a little bit of a membership of everyone who I invite on that platform, whether they're a student or an entrepreneur. You go, hey, that's cool. Let me tell you about the second income stream. You know what? The second income stream, this is how the direct sales platform works. You know, here comes the pyramid. It ain't no pyramid. We talked yesterday, man. I'm not going over that again. So what happens is this, man. Imagine you go to the gym. I go to Fitness World, okay? Fitness World, I have to pay every single month $50, whether or not I work out or not, okay? Yesterday I went jogging, okay? Today I just went to the mall. They still got their money, man. I need to get to the gym. I'm already paying for it. But imagine if the next time I go to Fitness World, I take one of my friends with me. We go work out. Fitness World's going to give my friend a 7-day pass for free. And guess what? Over this whole pre-launch, guess what they were able to do? I was able to give people a free look for free. Now, here's an awesome thing. At Fitness World, whether my friends want to go work on the bench press, they want to work on the squat, maybe they want to work on cardio, it doesn't matter. It's one low price. And whatever the price is, they can do whatever they want in there. They can go swimming, they can go jogging. Now they can sit there and just look at everyone exercise and be like, yeah, one day I want to be able to learn to do those pull-ups too. It don't matter. But at the end of the week, if they decide to sign up at Fitness World, guess what? What if Fitness World said, HD, when they sign up, they pay their $50 every month, we're going to start giving you $10. Now, I don't know about you, but I'll be like this. Can you repeat that one more time? They go, HD, you know what? Instead of us spending billions of dollars like you talked about advertising, just kind of like the direct sales company, we decided that we want to start a referral program where every time a member who's already paying to work out here, they pay their $50. For every person that they invite to work out with them that signs up and they're paying $50, we're going to start giving that person $10 as a thank you. Now, I don't know about you, but if McDonald's did that, Costco did that, Fitness World did that, boy, oh boy, man, it might have been hard for Jerome to call me because I would have already been in San Tropez laying on the beach like, man, I got to be about like 5 million people in North America going to McDonald's today, man. You know I just got paid. Man, I got me another 10 million people. They working out at Fitness World all over Canada, man. Man, my wallet, man, it's so heavy, man. I had to leave it. I had to leave it in the hut, man. That's why I'm chilling by this water right now, man. Just drinking a nice little virgin fruity drink. Man, are you telling me that if you got paid to refer people to go where already they're going, you want to do it? Well, this is the opportunity, man. This company has not only community, they have the mentorship, they have the technology, they have the education. They're going to teach you the marketing, the branding. Come on, man. What else you need? Oh, I got you. HD, man, what if I want to create merch like my own hats, my own sweats, and my own shirts, but you know what? I don't really got the hookup and I don't really got the money to go ahead and pay for all that online. Well, good. Guess what? I said it's one small fee. Got you covered, man. They got VYB Styles. And VYB Styles, they already bought up 40,000 square feet of warehouse. So whatever ideas you have, they can help you market it. They can help you get it designed. They're just going to say, look, if we're doing all the work and you put in design, can we just get a small piece of that? I'm like, you bet you all day wrong. You know, I got this daily word I got that's on all 4 platforms right now. And the Holy Spirit, when I was in the shower today, he was like, man, you need to start advertising that, man. Maybe you need to go on and create your own merch for that. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool, man. On the front, got a little HD. And then in small letters in the middle, it says daily word with. And then on the back, just kind of like I had that Toronto Raptors hat on backwards earlier, it just says in bold letters across the back, says daily word with HD. Man, what if I had that? I'll put that merch on my sweater, my sweatshirt, then my jacket. Come on, man. Getting paid to wear my own gear. And because of this, well, I already told you tax write-offs. But then because of this, being able to sell it online, and they already got the warehouse to do it. Come on, man. Y'all should already be like, HD, DM me. I need the link. I got ideas. The book is great. The clothes is great. The education is great. But he's like, man, I'm done. You done told me how I could start my business and get everything I need and more. Exactly. Including, guess what? The mindset for you to be successful is super important. So guess what? They even got mindset libraries, man, where they have catalogs of all your top mindset mentors, whether it's the Robbie Kiyosaki's, the Napoleon Hills, you know what, the Anthony Robbins, they got it all. It's all there, man. It's all in there. Man, I feel like doing another commercial. It's all in there. So let's go ahead and talk about the other 3. Okay, the other 3 income streams within this. Okay, one of the cool things is I already talked about, hey, if you invite this person and out of their $50 a month, you're going to get paid 10. That's cool. Now, here's one of the coolest things about it. You realize they're going to pay you $5 checks down to 10 generations? What do I mean by that? So say you brought in 3, who brought in 3, and they brought in 3. You understand. This is what most people talk about network marketing. By the time you go 10 generations deep, it's about 60,000 people. Could you imagine that every month that they're paying their membership because, hey, this is how they run their business? They're saving money, not having to have Chat GPT, not having to get, in-video AI, then having to go ahead and get a website maker. Oops, I slipped. Yeah, by the way, they can have a website maker. Your banking system, peer-to-peer, everything. One low price. And now when all these entrepreneurs, content creators, and educators pay their small fee, all 60,000, come on, 10 levels deep, you're going to get $5 for each one every month. Good Lord. You understand I just gave you another $300,000 a month because you opened your mouth and told your friends, hey, you have a good idea. I know no one's ever supported your ideas. I know no one ever thought that you were going to be able to do it, Jeff Bezos. No one believed that you were going to be able to be the largest book distributor when you started in your garage. But guess what? Now you have a company that believes in you. Now you got entrepreneurs in 160 countries that are going to help you. And you go, but HD, what about the part how you're going to drive traffic to my business? Aha. We also have something with this company called VYB Spotlight. Imagine a company that's going to literally has a platform every single week. They're going to be spotlighting new companies with new products, with new features. So say that, you know what, you have your own special organic blend of oils. Or you have a special blend in which you go, this is the real way that people should be having their soaps or their shampoos or candles. You can come and bring it, put it on this platform. They're going to help you with the marketing, help you with the branding. They're going to help you be able to spotlight it, and they're going to bring the eyeballs to you. And on top of that, you're going to be able to take my buddy Jerome's course on attraction marketing. Oh, get out of here, man. Facebook, Instagram, come on, TikTok, YouTube. They're not going to be ready for you. You're going to be blowing up, man. You're going to be calling me from your Hatteras yacht being like, HD, thanks, bro. I just got done clearing another $1 billion this year. Love you, bro. I'm out. Man, I'm almost done with all the income streams. The last 2 income streams are this. You get a 100% match of those monthly paychecks, man, for everyone you invite. And for everyone they invite, you get a 50% match. If you add all that up, we're talking about over $972,000 a month at your disposal just on that part of the compensation plan. Now, if you're a content creator, educator, and entrepreneur, I already showed you how you can make millions of dollars a month just by being on this platform teaching your gifts. So what am I trying to say? You know what, man? There's never been a time for you to be able to be right at the right platform, taking advantage of AI right before it's about to lay a lot of people off. And you know what? Because you have a gift, because you know about this platform, you are now positioned to be able to live your dreams. You don't have to trade time for money. Now, what you get an opportunity to do is you get an opportunity to trade your passion, your dreams, your goals, your vision, okay, for freedom. And to be able to make as much money as you want, blessing people with your value-added course, blessing people with your gifts, your products, your own company. It's yours, your name. And all we want to do is provide you the support, the training, and the mentorship to be successful. So if you have any questions or you like what you heard or you go, HD, just send me the link. DM me. I love you guys. I'm out.